If you're tired of complicated cancellations for those subscriptions, some help could be on the way. How the government is trying to make it easier. UCLA bounced from the NCAA tournament and the game went right down to the wire. It was crazy. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Lynette Romero, in today for Robin Winston. More on those stories in a moment, but first, LA Unified students returned to the classroom. District workers also came back after a 3-day strike, but with no contract deal made, a second strike could happen. The strike came to a close Thursday, but negotiations over labor contracts continue. The school district is offering workers a 23% raise, but the union is asking for a 30% raise to keep up with the cost of living. One parent says picketing in support of the union has been eye-opening.
To hear that they are the least paid on our campus was so surprising to me, because I see on our campus how much they love what they're doing. We will have far more problems in the future with more teachers leaving the industry.
Mayor Karen Bass has been facilitating discussions between both sides, but it's not clear if the talks were materializing into actual contract negotiations. The union has told NBC4 another strike is not off the table. And help is on the way for people in Montebello impacted by the recent tornado. The city says it's created a task force to find funding for businesses that need repairs.
Oh, on our roof. Look at all, that's on our roof right there. That's on our roof, look.
Wednesday's tornado touched down for just a couple of minutes, but left behind a whole lot of damage. 11 buildings are red tagged, meaning people can't go inside. And employees of businesses in the area are worried about when they'll get their next paycheck.
They're trying to say unemployment, but unemployment is going to take a while, you know? You got to pay the bills.
Montebello officials say they're working on putting a link on the city's website with some resources. Well, that storm that produced hail, lightning, and even a tornado made a dramatic exit. Check out this funnel cloud over the Inland Empire on Thursday evening. It was caught on camera at about 6 o'clock. Now, it did not touch down, so there was no serious damage. You might want to stay away from the beach, at least for a little while, after all of this rain that we've had. Los Angeles County's health department issued an ocean water quality rain advisory for all county beaches. Officials warn bacteria, chemicals, debris, and other hazards from city streets and mountain areas could contaminate ocean water around the storm drains and creeks and also rivers. People who enter the ocean in those areas, in fact, could get sick. And now let's get a look at your forecast with meteorologist Belen de Leon.
Hi there. Well, the sunshine is back, and thankfully the temperatures are going to start to get a little warmer over the weekend. So enjoy that sunshine. Unfortunately, the rain is going to be replaced by some gusty winds, and with very saturated soils, then there's a possibility for some tree damage. Those are going to be on and off through Sunday. Then next week, we have another round of rain. Look at the weekend forecast. Lots and lots of sunshine with temperatures mostly in the 60s for the Basin, Orange County, the IE, the coast, and in the mountains over the weekend. You're going to have chilly temperatures in the 30s. Don't need that umbrella in the short term, but next week, that's when we have another storm moving into the area. The chance of rain starts on Tuesday and continues through Thursday.
Well, it's been 4 months since more than 24 LA sheriff's recruits were hit by a driver in an SUV during a training run in Whittier. Now, some of them are still in the hospital. 27-year-old Lauren Preciado from Chino was one of those recruits that were badly hurt. She suffered broken bones in her neck and legs, as well as a brain injury.
And then I had both of my femurs and my tibia and my fibula replaced, with my surgeries. I've also had a skin graft done for my wounds. So I've had a lot of procedures.
Well, she spent months in rehab learning to walk again and says there's still a long road ahead. The 22-year-old driver who hit the recruit says he may have fallen asleep at the wheel. At this point, it's still unclear if he will face any criminal charges. The search is on for a pregnant woman who disappeared in the Inland Empire. She's been gone for nearly a month. 22-year-old Kajaira Frisay was last seen in Beaumont on February 24th. She was 35 weeks pregnant at the time. Her family says she was at the Jack in the Box on Beaumont Avenue with her parents when she walked off to get some fresh air. Detectives looked for the young woman using drones but didn't find anything. Police say the family is not cooperating with the investigation, but the family says they've shared everything they know. Frisay was last seen wearing a black shawl, black hoodie, gray sweats, and black slip-on shoes. A proposal from Governor Newsom that would bring possible penalties for oil companies accused of price gouging has cleared a major hurdle. It passed through the state Senate. The measure is the first in the country aimed at stalling any future price hikes, similar to what we saw last summer. Now, part of the proposal includes creating an independent state agency to investigate the oil market. Oil companies would be required to disclose data, giving a better sense of what's pushing the spike in prices. Any penalties collected will go to a new price gouging penalty fund and then sent back to Californians as a rebate. The UCLA men are out. Gonzaga beat the Bruins in a wild NCAA tournament Sweet 16 game that came down to the final seconds. So close. With less than 12 seconds on the clock, Gonzaga hit a three-pointer to get the lead over UCLA Thursday night. UCLA had a chance to tie at the buzzer, but missed the shot, sealing the win for Gonzaga. The final score was 79-76. So there seems to be a subscription service for everything these days, right? From entertainment to clothing to food. But as easy as it is to sign up, canceling can be a nightmare. NBC's Vicki Nguyen tells us about the federal government's plan to help ease that struggle.
From streaming video and music platforms to meal kits and clothing, subscriptions and memberships now exist for nearly everything. One survey finding nearly 80% of adults worldwide now pay for a subscription service. All it takes to sign up. But when you want to cancel, many wonder, could it be any more complicated? Chandler trying once again to cancel his gym membership in this classic episode of Friends.
I want to quit the gym. You do realize you won't have access to our new full-service Swedish spa. I want to quit the gym.
Some companies require you to show up in person to cancel or hit you with drawn-out sales pitches. Others offer confusing online directions and phone calls with longer than usual wait times. The Federal Trade Commission calls these dark pattern tactics designed to trick and trap consumers. Some expressing their frustration on social media.
It says, hey, how to end your subscription. Go to end subscription button, but it doesn't exist.
Now, the FTC sharing exclusively with Today, it is proposing a new rule to help.
What would this rule do for consumers? So this rule would basically make it so that companies have to make it as easy to cancel a subscription as they do to sign up.
FTC Chair Lena Khan says the rule would require businesses to allow customers to cancel subscriptions the same way they signed up for them, whether online or by phone, and in the same number of steps. They'd also have to disclose certain terms before collecting your billing information.
So they need to tell you how long the trial period goes for, clearly have to tell you by when you have to cancel.
What are you anticipating in terms of pushback from companies?
We welcome their comments and welcome seeing what their perspective is, but at the end of the day, consumers don't benefit if companies are tricking or trapping them.
Why now is this rule coming down?
The FTC has been bringing lawsuits against some of these practices for some time. We've put out guidance to put companies on notice, and we just realized it's not having a sweeping enough effect.
The push coming as a recent survey found more than half of consumers underestimate their monthly subscriptions by at least $100. Khan says if approved, it could take up to 6 months or longer for the rule to take effect. In the meantime, experts say apps like Rocket Money or Mint can help you keep track of your subscriptions and always read the fine print before signing up. If you take advantage of a free trial period, set a calendar reminder of when to cancel and check to see if you're on auto renewal because those charges can slip through and really add up.
A woman in Santa Ana says 2 men stole her African gray parrot, and she says it was all caught on surveillance video. Police say one of the men was wearing a gray hoodie, gray gloves, and gray sweats. Ring doorbell camera shows him grabbing the entire cage right off the porch. A second man was seen in a tan bucket hat and black hoodie. They appear to drive off in a red SUV, possibly a Ford Excursion.
It's been really difficult, and there's a lot of mixed emotion. It's sadness for her because they don't adapt well to traumatic experiences. Sad for us, and also angered that someone could just come into your private property and take your things.
That was the parrot's owner. The bird's name is Luna, and she has lived with her for 10 years. She says the bird is worth about $2,500. The CEO of TikTok was in the hot seat on Capitol Hill, appearing before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. The popular app has more than 150 million users in the U.S. A bipartisan group of lawmakers fear the app could be used to share our information with the Chinese government or be used to spread misinformation. The company's CEO pushed back, saying the app is safe and secure.
American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel.
The Biden administration demanded that TikTok's Chinese owners sell their stakes or face a U.S. ban. The Chinese government said it firmly opposes selling the platform. A Crenshaw resident is adding diversity to the game of chess so more people can enjoy what he calls the best mental exercise. We want you to meet Jeremiah Payne. He is the founder of a nonprofit called Make a Move LA. He says during the pandemic, he noticed fewer people were getting together to play chess in his community. So he decided to start a new generation of chess tournaments, taking competitions to different neighborhoods. Now, this is not your dad's chess tournament or grandma's chess tournament. No way. There's a halftime show with electrifying live entertainment featuring spoken word artists, musicians, and dancers.
First, it was just our community. Then the next tournament, like the word spread it about our electrifying chess tournament, and it became more people come, people from different cultures. We had this one guy from Spain, from Seville, Spain, in the United States for the first time. He found our chess tournament, and he said this is his best experience in the United States, being at Make a Move LA.
Look at that smile. We love the excitement. Another fun part you won't experience at any other chess tournament. You get to light your opponent's king chess piece on fire when you win. It's designed for that, not destructive at all. The next chess tournament by Make a Move LA is Sunday, April 2nd in the downtown LA Arts District. We will have more info on our website at NBCLA.com. And you can always get your news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and on our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune in today on Today in LA and NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. We'll be bringing you all the day's headlines and news. Thanks for watching The Rundown.